Hello everyone, welcome you all in this course titled Digital Logic and Circuit Simulation. Today we deliver a lecture number 10 in which we cover about a non-weighted binary codes. In previous lecture we will cover about different types of weighted code, what are the application and what do you mean by self-complementary code. Non-weighted codes are generally used in several applications, and there are two types of non-weighted code generally here we discuss. And non-weighted code means it not follow any positional weight principle as weighted codes follow. Here gray code and XS3 codes are the example of non-weighted code. Generally gray code is used in the general sequence of hardware generated binary numbers used during the simplification of Boolean function by using a Karnaugh map techniques, and in case of gray code only one bit is changed during transition of two successive number, hence also called the reflected code. So this means gray code is also known as a reflected code. Like as here, what is the meaning of reflected code? Suppose here simply we write the binary equivalent of two numbers 0 0 0 0 and 0 0 0 1. When we see these two numbers, these are the two consecutive number. Here only one bit position is changed. Here in this particular, rest of the positions are unchanged, means 0 0 0 is same as in this number, and 0 0 0 first three 0 are same in this number, but only single bit position is changed. Or similarly for representing what this number 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 1. Here these 3 bit position of these are the gray code corresponding to two consecutive decimal number, and similarly when we see that the only 2 bit positions are changed, only single bit position in these two numbers are changed, this and this, rest are same. So that's why we can say that gray code is also a reflected code, and here we use simply in a K-map technique, when we use a Karnaugh map for minimization of Boolean function, we write it in a gray code form. We arrange all the columns and rows in gray code format like a 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 and 0 1. So these are written here in gray code format, not a binary format. That are the application of a gray code. In XS3 code, that is also a non-weighted and self-complementary. This code is also a self-complementary code. Self-complementary code we already discussed in the previous lecture. What is the meaning of self-complementary code? Means when we take a ones complement of it, which is equivalent to ninth complement of that particular decimal digit, or simply when we take a ones complement of it and add it with a XS3 code of that number, then this is equal to XS3 code of 9. Finally the result is equal to XS3 code of 9. That's why we can say that it is a self-complementary code. Here in XS3 code, add 0 0 1 1 means add 0 0 1 1 in binary BCD code. This is the BCD code of decimal 3 in each 4 bit BCD code of decimal number for getting XS3 code, and generally it is used during the biased representation, and we will use biased representation when we simply represent a numbers, decimal numbers by using a decimal numbers or binary numbers by using a floating point representation or IEEE 754 format for representing a binary floating point number. Here important role in binary arithmetics, because there is a deficiency in addition of two BCD number when their sum exceed 9. Like as when we add these two numbers 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0. Generally this is the BCD of equivalent of 9, this is the BCD equivalent of 8. When we add two digit, the result is 17, but what happens here, this is 1 0 0 0 1. This is what, this is equivalent to 16 plus 1, that is equal to 17, means that BCD here when we will find these 4 not represents a BCD. This is a BCD, but what happens here when we simply add 9 plus 1? What is this? Is a 20, 9 plus 1 9 means 18 plus 1 19. When we write a BCD equivalent of this, when simply here this is what, 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1, this is 1 1 0, this is 1, this is 0, this is 0, this is 1. What is BCD? When we will find the BCD of this number BCD is what, 1 1. This is the BCD equivalent of 1, but what is the result here? This is the 17. And when we find the resultant equivalent of what, BCD number, that represents a BCD of decimal number 11. Similarly, here when we find this is a BCD of 9, this is a BCD of 9, and when we add both decimal digit, that is 18, but here when we will find the BCD equivalent of this, that is 1 2. So there is a deficiency when we add two BCD numbers. That's why here we use a access 3 code or biased representation of a code. And generally for obtaining a access 3 code equivalent to each decimal number, we add 3 in decimal in that particular decimal digit, and we write a BCD or equivalent of that number which get a access 3 code. Like here for finding, this is a decimal digits, here simply find a decimal digit, then we write its BCD code, and then we write access 3 code. What is this? Decimal digit 0, we write BCD is written as a group of 4. This is also 8421 code, and we again and again repeat this concept. We use BCD code only for representing a decimal digit 0 to 9, nothing else. Means the BCD representation of 1010, 1011 and up to 11 are worthless. Here decimal digit 0, what is BCD representation? That is 0 0 0 0. Access 3 is we add simply 3 in BCD. That means we add, when we add 3, this is what, 0 0 0 0 plus 0 0 1 1. This we will get what, 0 0 1 1. Similarly, when this is what, 0 1, decimal digit 1, BCD 0 0 0 1, when we add 3, that is 4, BCD of 4, that is written as 0 1 0 0. Similarly 2, this is what, BCD code is 0 0 1 0. What is access 3 code? That is 3 plus 2 5, 5 is written in BCD format, that is 0 1 0 1. Similarly 3, what is this is 0 0 1 1, and this is 3 plus 3, that is 6, this is 0 1 1 0. Similarly 4, this is 0 0 0 1 0 0, 4 plus 3 7, that is written as 0 1 1. Similarly 5, this is 0 1 0 1, this is 5 plus 3 8, 1 0 0 0. 6, that is 0 1 0 0 1 1 0, 6 plus 3 9, that is 1 0 0 1. 7, that is 0 1 1 1, and here 7 plus 3, that is 10, 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Next 8, that is 1 0 0 0, 8 plus 3, that is 11, 1 0 1 1. Similarly here we write 9, and this is 1001, this is also written as 1100. So these are the XS3 code equivalent to decimal digit 00 and be used during the BCD number addition, be used during the biased representation of a number. In this way, for simply we know the XS3 code only and only from 0 to corresponding to 0 to 9 decimal digits. Suppose we write XS3 code of decimal number 2429. Simply we represent each, we write XS3 corresponding to each XS3 code corresponding to each decimal digit. 2 plus 3 5, this is written as 0101. 4 plus 3 7, this is written as a BCD form 0111. Similarly, corresponding to 2, this is again 0101. 2 plus 3 5 and 9 plus 3 12, 1100. And rest combination are don't care. Rest means rest like as a here 1101 and up to this 111. These are worthless, means don't care condition. So this is the way of writing a XS3 code. Suppose XS3 code is given, then how we convert it into a BCD code? So simply we subtract 3 from each group of 4 binary bit. We subtract 3 from each 4 binary bit. This is 5 equivalent BCD, equivalent of decimal 5. Simply we subtract 3, then we write a 0 0 1 0. Similarly, say 0 1 0 0. This is a 0 0 1 0 and this is what 1 0 0 1. This is a what BCD code of 2429 and this is what BCD code of 24. This is a XS3 code of 2429. In this way we will write. Another thing is what, and that is also in XS3 code is also a self complementary code. We already discussed about what is the meaning of self complementary code. Here let us take example. Suppose we write a XS3 code of 8. XS3 code of 8. XS3 code of 8. What is XS3 code of 8? Means 8 plus 3 11. We write down the BCD code of 11 which represents the XS3 code of 8. So this is written as 1011. This is the, when we take one's complement of it, one's complement of 1011. What is one's complement? We know every 0 is replaced by 1 and 1 is replaced by 0. This is what 0 1 0 0. This is what when we say, then this is what 9's complement, 9's complement of 8. And we know that what is 9's complement of 8? 9's complement of 8 means in case of 9's complement, every digit is subtracted from 9's. 9's complement of 8 is equal to what? That is equal to 1. And when we talk about the XS3 code of 1, XS3 code of 1 which is equal to what? 1 plus 3, that is 4. 0 1 0 0, that is written in a form of BCD. We see that this and this are same. Hence, we can say that the XS3 code is also a self complementary code. Or when we add this, this is a what? This is the 0 1 0 0 is the one's complement of this 0 1 0 0, and when we add that code means 1 0 1 1, what we will get? Simply 0 1 1 1 1 1. What is this? This is simply 1 1 1 1. So that is not a reflected, and here this is 1 1 1 This simply 0 1 1 0 1 1, this is 1, this is 1. When we add both, then simply we'll find, in this way we can say that access3 code, that is also a, now we will discuss about what is gray code. Generally used in various applications, whether same K-map simplification, and we see that it is a reflected code. So what is a, simply for writing a gray code, this is a decimal digits, these are the VCD or binary code. Simply we not write a VCD, we write a binary code, and this is what gray code. This is a gray code is a non-baited code, but binary code is a baited code. When we simply represent a 0, this is what, this is written as, when we write it in a form of 4-bit format, this is written as 0 0 0, and gray code is also 0 0 0. When we write this is 1, what is 0 0 0 1, this is also 0 0 0 1. Then 2, what is this, 0 0 1 0, and this is written as 0 0 1 1. Now here the gray code is changed. Gray code, binary code is 0 0 1 0, which is a binary code of 2, but gray code equivalent of 2 is 0 0 1 1. Similarly 3 0 0 1 1, gray code is what, 0 0 1 0. Similarly 4, this is 0 1 0 0, what is this, 0 1 1 0. Similarly 5 0 1 0 1, this is what, 0 1 1 1. 6 0 1 1 0, what is the gray code, that is 0 1 0 1. 7, this is 0 1 1 1, this is what, 0 1 0 0. 8 0 1 0 0 0, this is what, 1 1 0 0. 9 1 0 0 1, this is 1 1 0 1. And in this way we will find, so generally we already discussed about what is the meaning of XOR gate when we discuss about the logic gates. So here simply for obtaining, when suppose the binary code consisting of, binary code of any number consisting of Bn, Bn minus 1, Bn minus up to B2, B1, B0. Here this is what, this is a least significant bit of binary number, and this is what, this is the most significant bit of binary number. So for converting a gray code, this Bn is same as Gn. Suppose the gray code is what, is written as Gn, Gn minus 1 up to G2, G1, G0. Then how, question is how we obtain the value of Gn. So here for equivalent, here Gn is what, Gn is same as Bn, means most significant bit of binary number and gray code number is same. Then for obtaining the Gn minus 1, that is equal to, we perform a XOR operation between Bn and Bn minus 1. Similarly, for obtaining a Gn minus 2, that is equal to what, Bn minus 1 XOR Bn minus 2. Similarly, Gn minus 3, we simply find Bn minus 2 XOR Bn minus 3. Here we see that this operation is a XOR operation, and in case of XOR operation, when simply it is performed on a 2 input Vn and Vn minus 1 or Vn minus 1 or Vn minus 2, when both input values are 0 0 or 1 1, then the result is 0. Rest cases means when one input value is 1 and another input value is 0, then the result is 1. In this way we will perform, we convert a binary code to gray code. Simply here in this way we will find G2 is equal to what, G2 is equal to G3 XOR G2, and G1 is equal to G2 XR G1, sorry, B3 XR B2, and this is B2 XR B1, and similarly G0 is equal to B1 XR B0. This is the formula to obtain a gray code from binary code. Let us take it through example. Suppose the binary code, convert this binary code. Binary code is written as 11001110. Convert it into a gray code. So for converting, Gn is same as Bn. Gn is same as Bn means this is H, it is, this is same 1. Then simply we perform a XOR operation between both inputs, this and this, means Bn and Bn minus 1. Then simply this is what, 1 XOR 1, that is 0. Then again perform, for writing a next digit we perform just a XOR operation from a previous digit. This is 1 XOR 0, that is 1. Then what is previous digit? 0, that is 0 XOR 0. Then again perform this 0 XOR 1, that is 1. Then again perform this 1 XOR 1, that is 0. Then again perform this 1 XOR 1, that is 0. Then again perform this, that is 1. Then this way, this is the process of finding gray code from binary code. And if gray code is given, then we can also find a binary code from gray code. So this is the binary to gray code conversion. We already discussed binary to gray code conversion. If gray code is given, gray code to binary code, how we convert the gray code to binary code? Suppose here the gray code is given in the form of Gn, Gn minus 1 up to G3, G2, G0. Then we obtain what is Bn is same as Bn, Bn is same as Gn. Then what is this? Then for writing this, Vn is equal to what? This is same as Gn. Then Bn minus 1 is same as what? Gn XR Gn minus 1. Then how we obtain what? This Bn minus 2 is same as what? Bn minus 1 XR Gn minus 2. Similarly, Bn minus 3 is same as what? Bn minus 2 XR Gn minus 3. And in this way we will find simply B2 is equal to what? That is equal to B2 is equal to B3 XR G2. And similarly B1 is equal to B2 XR G1, and similarly B0 is equal to B1 XR G0. Or this is also written as Bn is equal to this, or this is, we can say that Gn XR Gn minus 1. This is what? Nothing but a what? Gn XR Gn minus 1 XR Gn minus 2, and this is equal to Gn XR Gn minus 1 XR Gn minus 2 XR Gn minus 3. So either we simply here means this is the XR between this, when we find a corresponding binary bit corresponding to a gray code, this simply take a XOR operation including this and rest of previous binary gray bits. Let us take an example. Suppose here we convert gray code is given as 1100011110. What is the binary? Binary, when we will find a binary equivalent binary code, this is gray code. Suppose the gray code is a 9-bit code, then binary code is also a 9-bit code, corresponding binary code is also a 9-bit. Here simply this is Gn, this Gn is taken as same as Bn, this is what? 1. Then this and this XR 0, then XR 0 and 0, XR 0, 0, 0, then what is again 1, 1 XR 0, that is 1, then again 1 XR 1, that is 0, then 0 XR 1, that is 1, and then 1 XR 0, that is 1. Suppose we convert this binary code again into gray code, what is the result? If result is same as a previous gray code, then the answer is correct. Otherwise, there is some minor mistake. Here, this is what? This is 1, then this is again 1 XR, this is 1, then this is 0, this 0, then this 0, then what? That is 1, 1, 1, 0. This means the result is same. This means this is the process, our process of converting our formula for converting gray code to binary code and binary code to gray code is correct. Here are some examples of baited and non-baited codes. We already discussed about this and how we find. Then the next one is the alphanumeric codes. In alphanumeric codes, generally alphanumeric codes are used for representing alphanumeric characters. ASCII code, Unicode, FCD codes, these are the example of alphanumeric codes. What is ASCII code? When we can say that ASCII code, this is a American standard code for information interchange, and this is a 7-bit code used for unique representation of numbers, letters, digits, punctuation marks, special symbols, some mathematical symbols, and so on. If total symbols to encode are between 36 to 64, then generally for encoding a 0 to 63, 6 binary bits are required. Hence, there is a need of 6 binary codes. But for encoding a symbol which are between 64 to 128, means 0 to 127, total 128 symbols, 7 binary bits are required to encode it. Because when encode 129 symbols means 0 to 128, then 8 bits are, minimum 8 bits are required, but for representing 128 symbols 0 to 127, only 7 binary bits are required. So ASCII code is a standard code to represent 94 printed graphic symbols, 34 non-printing characters that are used for various control functions. That's why 94 plus 34, that means this is 128. This means the 0 to 127 total count is 128 are represented by using a 7 bits. That's why ASCII code is a 7-bit code for representing some alphanumeric characters. Alphanumeric characters means it also include letters, digits, etc. And how these are the some representation, ASCII representation of some symbols. The symbols are here. Generally, the 7 bits are represented in the by using B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 and B7. B5, B6 and B7 are the 3 most significant bit, and these are the these are generally a least significant 4 bit, and these are most significant 4 bit, and when we combine all, then this is written as what? B7, B6, B5, B3, B2, B1, B4. So this is written as like this. Here this is characterized 2 parts, this and this. This represents what? This represents particular column. Three most significant bit B7, B6 and B5 represents a column, and columns represents a special symbols, some alphabets, etc. And this represents a rows. Rows corresponding, when we combine rows and column, this represents a unique character. Like as a for representing a null, what is the ASCII code corresponding to it? ASCII code corresponding to null is what? That is equal to 0 0 0 here, taken from 0 0 0 taken from, and then B5, this is what? 0 0 0. So this means when all 7 bits are 0, this represents a null. Similarly, for representing a what is the this 100 100 and what is the corresponding, this is 0001. This means this is what, this is nothing but when we convert it into decimal equivalent, that is the 65. So capital A is represented by 65 in decimal. So when we write a 65 in 7-bit code, it is the code corresponding to a letter capital A. Similarly for some other symbols, whether it is some digits, 0 is represented like as what, 0 1 1 0 0 0 0. In this way ASCII code, and another code is extended binary coded decimal interchange code. There is a, when time is increasing, generally the number of symbols are increases. There is a need of some extra bit for representing a more than 128 characters or more than 128 numeric more than 128 alphabet. There is a need to more number of bits to encode that alphabets. So for representing up to 256 character, we use a FCD code. This is nothing but a extension of a ASCII code. That's why it is known as a extended binary coded decimal interchange code, and it is a 8-bit code that is used to represent 256 character, which includes letter, a special symbol, punctuation marks, some mathematical symbols, etc. by using a 8-bit format. And another one is the Unicode, and Unicode is generally used, internationally recognized, or we can say that is universal code, and this is the code that represents the symbol, letters, special characters, punctuation marks used the language over the globe. That's why it is known as International Character Encoding System, designed to support the electronic interchange, processing and display of the written text of the diverse languages of the modern and classical world. The Unicode standard using a uniform encoding scheme which includes letter, digits, punctuation marks, technical symbols for all the words, principal written language, as well as some emojis and other symbols. So for representing these letters or technical symbols or emojis, we use some universal code that is named as a Unicode, and the standard is maintained by Unicode Consortium, and by default this is a 16-bit format code, and generally 16-bit format code are used to representing more than 65,000 alphabets. But when there is a need of more than one alphabet, when we cover all over about a globe, different languages of the globe, and covers all the symbols, letter, etc., maybe more than 65,000 characters are there. That's why there is a need of some extension of Unicode that is known as a UTF-8, which is a 4-byte long code, and generally used for representing more than 1 lakhs characters. So this is all over about some binary codes. In the next class, we will discuss about error detection and correction code, in which we talk about a parity code, checksum code, cyclic redundancy code that are used for detecting a error, and Hamming code, which is used for detecting a single bit error and correcting a single bit error. Thank you very much.